Hello, good evening. How are we doing? We're straight into it tonight. We're going to crack on with our colonies we left it in the last stream. I've not touched this since we last were live, which means there's a few things we need to get done today, a few things we need to get fixed. I seem to have no cursor, so I'm going to have to get to the main menu, which is fine. Whilst I'm doing that, I just need to tinker with something with my bot. Today I want to look at getting our power gen sorted. Why is my bot being a dick? I want to look at getting power gen sorted. I want to look at expanding our power gen. I also need to get rid of this. Beautiful. Oh, I've got no cursor. What the fuck? Hold on. Very strange. Yeah, quite a few things that we need to get done today before we can start cracking on with some other things. I want to get some crops sorted. We started cooling our liquid in the last stream, which was nice. Life, come vote quick. Blue, give me a link. I have only Firefox open. Give link, please. Yeah, I want to get some crops down. We've got that cooled water that we can use, and that can make us bristle blossoms. Although at the moment we are swimming in mushrooms and stuff, so it's not a massive importance. I think what we need to do first is get more power, because with more power we can start doing different cooling systems, start getting our expansion to the south sorted, and do a few things really. So I think power is going to be important. Our oxygen was starting to pump, although it was pumping a bit too warm because we had that problem with the petroleum in the pipes, if you remember. What do you mean, Blue? Do you need me to come into the game? Is that what you're saying? Right, I have a cursor. We are in business. Yeah, so at the end of the last stream we set up this little power gen system, which I honestly don't know if it's going to work, but I thought we'd try it. Why not? Our oxygen had started pumping, although it is coming out a bit warm, and that's because this room hasn't cooled down enough yet, even though our oil down here is starting to drop in temperature, and this is the real bottleneck of the whole system really. Because we're pumping little spattering amounts of petroleum through here, it's kind of fucking the system up a little bit. So what I need to do is put some more oil in here and hopefully get things going. Let me just try. Okay, Blue, let me just try that, buddy. I'll soon tell you. That's taking me to a page. What's this? Candidates, elected officials. What's this? Restarting the server. Oh wow. Blue, I'm impartial, mate. It's up to you guys. It's your server, buddy. It's your server. You do what you want to do. I am abstaining my vote. But the link did work, just so you know. Right. So one of the things that I think will fix this if we went back to one liquid. Okay. So at the moment we've got this petroleum in here on top of the crude oil. But what's happened is my pump is picking up small packets of petroleum, like 4 kilos. It's not the smallest, but it's making my aquatuner less efficient, and it's making my radiator less efficient. And although I do quite like the bumblebee stripe, yellow and black, yeah, it needs to be fixed. Pick one or the other. We're all discussing it. I'm gonna drop the meteor. I'm abstaining, mate. You won't change your mind. But do what's up to you, mate. It's your server. I do not care. Other things that we were doing. We were making some plastic down here. We are actually currently sat on 6 tons of plastic, which is fine. We do have plastic to start doing some of our fancier things. Leppy, no. And also this mushroom farm needs to be sorted at some point. So there's quite a few things we need to do. We did set up this liquid cooling, and we did start getting a lot of liquid. We're sat on quite a lot of cooled liquid here. Only problem is this has started to overheat a little bit, and I've actually done a slightly revised version in debug that works a little bit better. So I may need to crack into this. Maybe crack into here and fix this a little bit. Basically, what I should have done, this pipe that's our feed out of the room, What I should have done is had this pipe zigzag through here a little bit and put a little bit of additional cooling into the room. That would have really helped. Oh, Rottington! Good evening. How are you, buddy? How's it going? Was yours the thread? Are you the man with the poorly back, or the? Sorry, I shouldn't assume gender. Are you the person with the poorly back from the forums? Ah, okay. Well, yes. Best of luck, buddy. I hope you a speedy recovery. Very nice base, by the way.
Fuck my life.
Damn it, Leppy! I won't be voting. Thank you for the bits, bud. Very nice base, by the way, guys. There is a thread on the forums by Rottington. I'm not sure if it's the same name on the forums, but go and have a look. He's currently bedridden and playing a lot of Oni, and he has done some pretty cool stuff. In fact, because I'm a nice guy and because I love showing off people's cool shit, let's have a look. Oh, what have I clicked on? Jesus. Don't want to click on any Natavelle shit. Let's have a look. Let's get to the browser. Boop. So, here we go. Cycle 1800 plus mega base. I hope you don't mind me showing this, buddy. I'm gonna show off some of your stuff. So, yes, here was the backstory, and this is what I was talking about. Rottington has suffered a back injury, has kept me from working and forced him to lie on the back. So he's been playing a lot of Oni, basically. And here is his base. It's a big old base with lots of stuff going on. Look at the size of this thing. There's his printing pod, just to put it into scale. Here's oil biome, and here's the top of the map. It's pretty cool. I'll show you some of the little systems. So this is Ice Pyramid, which is cooling off his sleet wheat. Loads of hatch statues. I mean, look at the amount of work gone into this. And I believe he's also pumping some oxygen through here or something. The kibble. Here's the kibbutz above the pyramid. It also took a long time to build, around 200 cycles. I wanted to get the crops growing within the compound in open air. I was trying to leave a distinct look compared to the efficient mechanised main base. Nice. We've got some crops in here. I think bristle blossoms. And some pincher peppers. Meal ice. I'm seeing some stifled crops, but I think that's to be expected. There's a heating overlay. Jesus. I can't see chat, by the way, whilst I'm doing this. Nerd Rage, good evening. How are you, buddy? And Mex, good evening, buddy. Oh, they were waiting on dirtier crops. I see. Here's the plumbing overlay for the pyramids. It's a very interesting, very late game base. Now this struck my fancy straight away. I've built one of these on stream before. I built them in a couple of bases now. I don't know if we'll ever build one on this because I don't have enough puffs in this playthrough. But what this is an evaporation chamber, guys. So you put your polluted water in here, and because you've got many different surface areas, you basically can sublimate the water. Or, no, not sublimate, 'cause it's not solid. It evaporates, and this is basically collecting in polluted oxygen, or generating in polluted oxygen. And the polluted oxygen he later feeds to puffs and also liquefies. I'll show you. It's a pretty cool build, as I said. There's a lot of stuff going on. Here's the main sleeping dormitory. Excuse me, very nice. So where's the dorms? Oh, there's the dorms. beneath the polluted water maker. Nice. My kind of base. So we've got oxygen production here. This is using the hydrogen. It's a standard sort of capture for the hydrogen. Oxygen's getting pumped out of here. Excuse me. Nice. Looks like we've got some liquid oxygen being made here. Got all this petroleum down here as well. It's a very clean build, very big. I like it. We've got dupes on manual generators. That's a lot of power. We've got a chlorine geyser as well. Chlorine geyser for food storage. That's nice. And a lot of smart batteries. Holy shit, I just noticed that. A big old mushroom farm over here. Jesus, that is a big old mushroom farm. No wonder you needed so much polluted oxygen. What's this? Fertilizer melting. Oh no, wait. This is for feeding hatches. This is the dump. Okay. Okay, this is for making dirt. Jesus. Oh. Oh, so you're feeding chlorine to the hatches. Interesting. You're feeding frozen chlorine. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's making little blobs of chlorine here that are getting picked up by a sweeper arm and feeding hatches. I like it. And there's another little evaporation room there for some puffed up here. It's nice. Collecting the slime, sending it down conveyors. Not sure about having all these morbs here. That is a lot of slime lung you're going to get off that, but nice. I normally put my morbs underwater, which keeps your slime lung at bay a little better. If you have the water relatively cool, it kills off the slime lung pretty instantly. And there's more liquid oxygen production by the looks of it. Using plastic as the heat transfer. I like it. I say it's a really cool base. You should check this out in the forums, guys. Oh wow, it's nice nullifier placement there. That's really nice. And yeah, there's this oxygen overlay of the world, which is pretty cool. To be honest, by late game you should pretty much have the whole world oxygenated because you'll be generating so much oxygen. So it's nice. And here's his natural gas area. Steam turbine, steam turbine setup. We'll probably do some steam turbines on this stream at some point, but not yet. Hey, it's a lovely base, man. Really, really nice. Really nice late game base. You should be proud. Where's my chat bot gone? Sorry, I've missed all chat, so I was just going through stuff. Good to hear it, Nerd Rage. Good to hear. Dropping frames. I've not dropped any frames, Nerd. No frames dropped here, buddy. Link, yeah, I can give you a link. Boop. There's a link. Check it out. Give him some love. Right, so yeah, you're very welcome to the stream, Tintin. Good to see you. Again, I do wish you a speedy recovery, buddy. Hope you're all right. So, current state of play. We had a bit of an oxygen deficit for a little while, if you remember. We were pumping oxygen out into the world, but I think I probably need to stop that soon. Because this thing was starting to get a wee bit too warm. So I've got two options today. I can either spend the stream fixing a load of things, or try and carry on regardless, get some more power up and running, and just crank on and do some more stuff. I think this needs to be fixed, truth be told. We're losing so much efficiency by having these tiny stupid packets of petroleum in here. And although it does look pretty and pleasing to my missing link eyes, it's just inefficient. Even the aquatuna cool in these packets is inefficient, so... steam turbines a thing now? Yeah, they certainly are, Nerd, yeah. We did a whole thing on steam turbines. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll just log into my my debuggy world and show you the changes to something. Lifegrow, please fix. What do you mean? What's up? The beehive coolant, indeed. Yeah, it wasn't intended. They changed how pumps work, and I wasn't expecting it. My life just fixed the damn thing. I'll be lurking most time though. Can't collection event calls me. I don't know what that is, Camera. But I will fix the damn thing. And good evening, Camera. Yeah, it looks cool. Unfortunately, it isn't cool. That's the very problem. It isn't as cold as if it was just one liquid, and that's what's trolling me. So it's either I pump in a load of hot oil and get rid of the petroleum, or I pump out all the oil and pump in some hot petroleum. Both of which are going to stunt the system for a while, which is a bit of an arse ache. But yeah, I'll just jump in debug. I'll show you the changes that I made to the cooler. This is my new cooler. I like this. What I've basically got different on this one as opposed to the other one, and just for those of you that were hassling me in the last stream, I went and built a number of these coolers. Over here, I've got a few different variations, and I tried with Weezewarts above, I tried with Weezewarts above or below, tried different settings. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference where the Weezewarts are. The heat, doesn't matter whether the heat's rising or heat's falling, Weezewarts still pull from the bottom, pump out the top. So if the hot air is at the bottom, they process it through to the top. The air stays where it is anyway. It doesn't matter. Because they're in a sealed room, the gas circulates and balances out. And because we're using temp shift plates behind them, it doesn't really matter. The main difference between this one and the one that we've got in our stream base is this. So this is our cold water pump, where the water gets pumped out of. I'll just run this for a second so you can see what happens. Oh, I'm not in debug, you bastard. I can't run it. Fuck. I can't show you what this will do. Basically, this build will sustain 200 bristle blossoms. How fucking cool is that? Might have been while I was in Singapore. I missed a lot. Ah, okay. Yeah, we did this build, and this is the derp biome, and this is what I was tinkering with steam turbines. I've sort of taken it apart now because when I wasn't using it, things were starting to cook. But yeah, we were using magma to generate steam for steam turbines. There's a whole video on it on YouTube, buddy. I've actually got a video on this on YouTube, so you can have a look on it in there if you want. Oh, Sis, good evening. XP, good evening, buddy. Didn't see you come in. Is petrol better than crude oil for cooling? Yes, arguably. Yeah. It's both more forgiving, and I think it's got better thermal transfer as well. Yeah, steam turbines were added to the game. Originally, they were really, really easy to set up. We'd just do a little build like this, and you'd pump in your water, it'd cook into steam, go through the turbine, you'd circulate it, and it'd be beautiful. Your steam up here would condense back into liquid, and it'd just go round and round and round, and it was really easy and really nice. And then they brought in a minimum temperature that the steam turbines have to be, which is 260 degrees. As soon as they did that, you need to use magma. So what we had here was a system that was pumping steam from tepidizers up here down into the bottom chamber, which gets pushed down this bottom conveyor thing here underneath our turbines, and then our turbines are being heated with magma to cook the steam a little bit further and also cook the turbines. And it works. This is a working system. It'd be a fucking nightmare to build in normal game, but it works. We're going to build something like this, just a smaller, more efficient version on stream when I can get round to it, but probably very late game. For now, we'll just rely on some petrol gens and stuff. But yeah, steam turbines are a thing. They generate some power. They generate 2,000 watts, which is pretty good. I wish it was higher. That's basically it. But yeah, just to explain this whilst we're here, this is why I've come on basically. The difference between this build and what we've got in our stream is this little bit of pipe here. Okay, so in our build, we've got hot water coming in from the top and going down here into a little shut-off switch. Okay, in this, it's coming from the bottom. What that means is that I can have this pump, which is our output pump, where it's getting like 11 to 12 degree water, run it up here through a wolframite pipe and zigzag through this room a little bit. And that gives us just a little bit more cooling for our tepidizer, aquatuner, sorry, which means that it cools off. And it cools off quicker than just with the Wheezeworts. This will give us 4,000 kilograms of 12 degree water a day in this final tank. In one cycle, 4,000 kilos permanently, which is pretty cool. So you can't just put one on top of a steam geyser. No, steam geyser does not get anywhere near hot enough. Like 120 odd degrees of steam geyser, 100. They can go to like 130. They can cook a pump, basically, steam geysers, but only just. Fish Ashley, good evening. I do love saying your name. How are you? Yeah, I don't know why they did it, nerd. You need magma to run them, basically, so it's very late game. This was my old liquid cooler, by the way. This replaces it so much. I was going to do a video on this last night. I just didn't get around to it because I'm having some problems with YouTube, but I'll do a video later explaining it. And as I say, I've built a few different versions since. This is my preferred one. It seems to work really well. This is here so I can do the video showing how much liquid it basically runs, but because I'm not in debug, I can't show you. But it will do enough water for 200 plants. That's this many plants. That's this many bristle blossoms. That's a lot of bristle blossoms. So yeah, here's like a system using a geyser to do the water generation and stuff. So there you go. Just thought I'd show you that. I will have a video up probably later tonight, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But what it means is we need to tinker with ours. So, that's 30 minutes of me discussing what we need to do, and 0 minutes of me actually doing anything. So let's get in the colony and let's start cracking. How are you this evening, Fish Ashley? Any excuse to say your name? How's it going? Ah. I found that restriction on Steam turbines to be rather disappointing. Yeah. In fairness, they were very easy to set up before Nerd. I think they need some more fine-tuning. I think the output wattage could be buffed a little bit. That would make them more worthwhile building. At the minute, 2000 watts, it's not very good. You can very much get a positive build. That build that I had there, the derp bind, as I called it, that gets you a massive surplus of power, but it's still not worth the amount of effort that goes into it, if I'm honest. We'll build something like it, just not yet, I don't think. So first thing I want to do today is get this connected. This will mean us getting some automation, an automation wire down here somewhere, which means me getting inside here, which means I need a liquid lock here. So we'll crack on with this first of all. We'll just do something.